Hello everybody, this is Rachna once again, and here I am with the two tales of friendship. Children, this is supposed to be divided into two parts, and of course you're going to really enjoy this because this is nothing else but about friendship. And here we're going to first of all speak about the friendship of Karan and Duryodhan, right? So now, since we are going to start, know about Karan and Duryodhan, I must inform you, children, that this is supposed to be about the friendship of Karan and Duryodhan, who are of Mahabharat, right? So you might wonder why Mahabharat am I quoting over here, because of the fact that it's none other, the fact that these two characters are of the great epic Mahabharat, right? And if I am to speak about Duryodhan and Karan, you are supposed to know, quite a bit of Mahabharat as well. I'm quite sure that all of you have, known about Mahabharat. Either you've read it, or you've heard it from someone, or you have, heard about bits and pieces, or let me say extracts of Mahabharat from some place or the other, right? Now here, children, while we're talking about the Kuru dynasty, or we're talking about Panchal Nagri, let me tell you that Panchal is none other than Bareilly itself, right? We're going to get to know a lot more about it. We'll find out a lot more about it at the time we meet. But definitely, you should know that Panchal Nagri is Bareilly itself. And then there is this Kuru dynasty, the Kuru, from where the Kauravas and the Pandavas belong. Right? So, let's understand now. When we're talking about the Kurus, there were, there's a whole lot of detail. We have various characters like Bhishma Pitama, his father, and apart from that, there are other characters like, Dronacharya, or for that matter, Dhritarashtra, who was blind, his wife, and then we have the Pandus, children, who are better known as Pandavas. Now, children, we are going to not get into detail about all the other the people, but first and foremost, we are going to get to know about the Kauravas and the Pandavas. Now, I have written the word sibling over here. Sibling stands for brothers and sisters. The Kauravas were 101 siblings. There were 100 brothers and there was one sister. Right? Whereas Pandavas were just 5 brothers. Right? Now here, when we talk of them, let's understand that Dhritarashtra being blind, he was not given the kingdom. He was not crowned as king, whereas Pandu's children were crowned as king. Now, because Pandu's children were crowned as king, they lived in the jungles, and then they later on came back to Hastinapur, and then they went to the Gurukul. Whereas on the other hand, the Kauravas, the 100 brothers, they lived in Hastinapur itself in the palace. And later, along with the Pandavas, they went to the Gurukul. And when they went to the Gurukul, of course, they had the same master. And their master's name was Guru Drona, who is better known as Dronacharya. Right? So they gained knowledge about statesman, about geography, about, history and sociology and various other things. Maths and a whole lot of details. I don't think Many of us even study about all those things that they used to study at that given point of time. And being prince, they all had to study warfare, right? They needed to excel in some weapon or the other, right? So Dronacharya's favorite disciple was none other than Arjun, right? And let's not confuse with the fact that I'm speaking about his favorite disciple, because Dronacharya's favorite was his own son, Ashwathama, right? So we cannot say that his favorite was Arjun, because if it was the case, then Dronacharya would never have fought the war on the side of the Kauravas, knowing that the Kauravas were wrong. But he fought the war on the side of the Kauravas just because his son was there. So let us not confuse with that, right? His favorite disciple was definitely Arjun, right? Now, when the children, they came back from the Gurukul, they had to show their valor. Everybody had to show to the public as to what they had turned into in so many years of training, right? So when these children, they came back as young prince, all 105 had to show their valor in front of the entire public, right? So when that happened, all of them were showing their valor, while in one corner there was Karn, who was sitting and watching everything happening. So at that point of time, it so happened that when Arjun started to show his archery, right, Karn got so much engrossed and he wanted to so badly jump in and show his valor as well, that he actually came out and said that I too want to show, and because I'm as equal as Arjun is, whereas at that given point of time, the people who were seated over there, they were not really interested in knowing more about him. But then it so happened that people said that can you please tell us who you really are. So at that given point of time, Karan said that he was the son of a charioteer, on which Guru Dron said that here we are, we have the prince, the 105 prince who are supposed to show their valor. So from where does the charioteer's son get the right? And most importantly, in that era when only the prince or the children of the kings were supposed to learn archery, or for that matter, like if you are in the armed forces, so your children could learn weaponry. But a charioteer's son was supposed to become a charioteer himself. That is in that era. So this was something very, very strange for everybody, and that is why Guru Dron didn't really like the idea that a charioteer's son should come and try to show his valor. And he even went on to say that you are not even a king. Fine, if you're not if you are not, like a prince of some place, you could be a king, and you're not even a king. or maybe, heading a small tribe somewhere. But he was none of that kind. So on this, Duryodhan, who really happened to like his attitude, he said that he would announce Duryodhan said that he would announce Karna as a king of some place. So he announced him as the king of Angad. And at that point of time, he challenged Arjun, because when he was announced as the king of Angad by Duryodhan. So he challenged him later, and he said, "Okay, fine, now that I have been announced as the king of Angad, so I can definitely challenge you." But of course, this thing never really happened. It could never happen that Karna and Arjun should be able to be together and showcase their talent to anybody, right? Together. So what happened was that when he became a crown prince, right, he promises, that is Karna, he promises Duryodhan that at any given point of time he would never ever leave his friendship. And children, if we've all known Mahabharata, we realized that there were various times when Karna, he had to compromise. He had to let down his own ideas and desires in front of Duryodhan, because there were various times when actually Duryodhan, he made him do things of which Karna, he never agreed. We shouldn't forget the fact that Karna was actually a very big warrior, and he had to get into such demeaning acts and he had to say such demeaning things that he never really wanted to. But in spite of it, he never actually gave up his friendship. But children, never ever forget the fact that it was not that Karna, he actually blindfoldedly followed Duryodhan, because he actually used to tell him that, "Friend, you are doing a mistake here." And when he would see that Duryodhan refuses to accept, he would say that, "Fine, I am with you, but again I wish to inform you that you are actually making a mistake, you are doing something wrong." So this is actually what friendship is all about. We should be able to tell our friends when they go wrong, and this is something that Karna always did. Even at the time when the Great War happened, and he came to know from Lord Krishna that actually he is the son of Lord Surya, right? And he was the half brother of the Kauravas, right? Sorry, the Pandavas. He was the half brother of the Pandavas, yet he did not actually leave the side of his friend Duryodhan. Now children, when I say half brother, I don't really mean that he becomes a half of it, even though the mother was the same. But you become a half brother when your father could be someone different or your mother could be someone different. Like you see, the Lord Pandu, he had 2 wives, right? And Nakul and Sahdev, they were they were also kind of half brother for them, because of the fact that Queen Kunti, she asked for these two children for Pandu's second wife, and she only brought up Nakul and Sahadev till the time that she expired. Similarly, Karn, he was the son of Lord Surya for Kunti, whom she actually had to abandon because of the fact that she wasn't married at that time. So this is how he becomes half brother. So do not confuse with the fact when I use the word half, right? So when coming back to the topic here, when Karn, he gets to know that he is the half brother and he is in fact the eldest of the Pandu, the eldest of the Pandavas, or let's say the Pandu king is the eldest, yet he doesn't give up his friendship for getting on the side of the Pandavas, even though he was told by Lord Krishna that he should actually understand the fact that Duryodhan is wrong. And he tells him that I fully agree that Duryodhan is wrong, and I also know that tomorrow I might be killed by one of your warriors, but then I still would want to stay with my friend Duryodhan. And after the war, if in the event that I live, then definitely I would love to be called as one of the Pandavas, right? Well, that really never happens, because actually then he gets martyred by Arjun, right? So now the most surprising thing that happens towards the end is that when Duryodhan, he gets to hear that Karn is no longer alive, he mourns his death. He is so distressed. He does so many things out of the fact that when his friend he dies, that it's really surprising, because all of his brothers had expired by then. They all were killed. They were all killed, and yet he did not get so distressed at their death as to the way he mourns when Karn, he dies, right? So this is something which we don't get to see otherwise. In most in most of the times you don't get to really see it. So you see, children, this is where the end of the friendship between Duryodhan and Karn happens, right? And to be very, very honest, children, that whenever we are giving an example of friendship, it is not possible that we do not quote their friendship. Let us keep aside the character of Duryodhan, or keep aside the character of Karn. They were not at all alike each other, right? Karn always believed in going and getting what he wanted. He always believed in being outright. Whereas on the other hand, Duryodhan was always trying to do sly things. Karn, he always tried to uplift his friend. He always tried that his friend goes in the right path. That's a very sad state, that there were very few things that Duryodhan he ever listened to. Whenever his friend Karn, he tried to explain him, because he was more influenced by his uncle Shakuni, right? So, well, but then the fact remains that Karn, he never gave up on his friend Duryodhan. And when he dies, we actually realize that it was not just Karn but also Duryodhan, that he had a very special place for Karn in his life, right? So, well, we come to this particular part of the chapter. Thank you so much, and I hope that you're going to go through this video and read it in your book as well. Well, see you in the next video once again. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye. Take care, everyone.